Should you own a car or a boat? A lot of people really want a boat, but think they can't afford one because they own a car. On this episode of Budget Boat Cruising, how you can afford a car and a boat. Small boat cruising shouldn't just be reserved for the rich. I believe we all should be allowed to take the time to enjoy the adventure. Let's get ready, learn a few necessary skills, find a boat, and take off for the adventures of our lives. I'm Alan Stokel, and this is Budget Boat Cruising. Hi, I'm Alan Stokel, producer of Budget Boat Cruising, and in this episode, I'd like to talk about budgets and how you can afford a car and a boat, or not. At the end of this video, I'll be offering you a free Excel file so you can easily create your own budget and can use it to decide if you can afford a car and a boat. Well, we actually have three options here. Ditch the car and spend more money on a boat. Spend less on your car and more on a boat. Or use a sharing arrangement. First, let's start with ditch the car. If you live in a city, you probably need a bike, not a car. This is what I did. Once a long time ago, I had a downturn in my finances that forced me to look at what I was spending my money on. I was spending the equivalent of $1,000 a month on my car. And no, I wasn't driving a luxury car. I was driving a VW Golf. But when I added up all the payments, the gas, repairs, insurance, parking and speeding tickets, it added up to the modern equivalent of $12,000 a year. That's enough to afford a boat and a car. So the first thing you need is to use our budget to find out exactly how much money you have to spend. Most people just pay the monthly bills without even thinking how it adds up in a year. Now, certain items will be fixed costs like insurance and car payments, but others like gas and repairs will vary from month to month. We're not looking at this now, but other things in your life like rent, pets, and how much you spend on entertainment can really make an impact on your savings. The people at TD Bank have a budget for that, and I'll send it along if you like. Just let me know at the end of the video. You can save big by ditching the car. If you live in a city, a car is a liability anyway. When I was young and poor, I sold my car, bought a bike and a transit pass, and put aside $100 a year for taxis. When the weather was good, I rode my bike to work, took transit when it wasn't, and on those really awful days, I'd take a cab. You know, I never did spend the $100 for cabs, but boy, did I save a lot of money. If you're spending a lot of your money on car and really need one, consider just downgrading to a Toyota from your BMW. Toyotas are cheaper and more reliable anyway. Can you share a car with a friend or neighbor? Think outside of the box. If you really want a car and a boat, you're going to have to do that. If you actually need a car from time to time, consider a car sharing company. I use Zipcar when I need a truck to carry large items, or maybe a car to get places where transit just doesn't go. Okay, there's a lot more to this video, but if you are enjoying it so far, please subscribe. Click on the ship's bell to be notified next time we post a video, And thank you very much for watching the commercials. So step 1 of the program is to get a copy of our budget and figure out how you can spend less on your car. Then, using the same budget, figure out how much a boat will cost you. This price varies greatly depending on your location and the type of boat you want. Can you trailer your boat, for instance, and store it on your own property? If you can save a lot of money. Do you want to join a club? Are there initiation fees? Is there a dining room minimum? Our boat budget helps you sort out all this because it allows you to enter all your costs, including the initial cost of the boat. Depending on what you decide, you may need some time to change your car or perhaps your lifestyle. There's really 3 options. One is best for you. The second step, by the way, is to figure out how much you will have to spend on a boat. At the end of this video are threads leading to other videos we have made on how to buy a boat or get one free. Yes, free. Free boats actually come with strings attached, but for someone handy who has a very small budget, this may just do the trick. You may want a powerboat or you may want a sailboat, so you really should have a good idea of the boat size and the features you want on it. Some people get a free cabin cruiser with 2 Baft engines. That's okay, it was free. And if you just want to live on the boat and not go anywhere, doesn't matter if the engines don't work. Other people want a boat they can actually use or sail somewhere. Now, if you have some money to spend, you may want to use a yacht broker. Brokers actually work for the seller, so you still have to be careful, but a reputable broker can help you get through some very unfamiliar purchases. If, like me, you buy boats too old and too cheap to be handled by a broker, try asking the seller for a recent marine survey. That will list the major flaws the boat had when it was last surveyed. By the way, it might have more faults now. Now, just a matter of interest, originally a yacht was any privately owned pleasure craft. So technically, any crappy old tub is a yacht. Some people save money by living on their boats and renting out their regular accommodation. If you live in a place like me where there's a winter, you may be limited to living on your boat for maybe 6 months of the year, but you'll still be saving 6 months rent. Now, just to recap, get the budget file and find out how much everything will cost. Then tweak the budget if necessary to trim expenses. If you really want a boat, you may have to be willing to give up something else. Next, find the right boat for your budget, and above all, stick to the budget. So we've come to the end of this video. Please leave your comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. And by the way, if you want one of those budgets I was talking about earlier, please email me at the email address below. If you also want that TD Personal Budget Planner, just let me know too and I'll send it along. I'm Alan Stokell. Thank you for watching.